Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Force here with some more StarCraft 2 commentary. Today we will be taking a look at a game between MTW's DIMAGA and Slayer's MMA. This is going to be a Terran versus Zerg, MMA versus DIMAGA here in the map Shakur's Plateau. Our blue Zerg player spawning in the lower left-hand spawn position is MTW DIMAGA. Recently was a semi-finalist at the MSI Pro Cup number 6. Also took second place at the Home Story Cup number 4 EU qualifier. His opponent down over here in the lower right-hand spawn position is Slayer's MMA, our red Terran player. Recently taking third place at the IM season number 6 World Championship. Also was the first place winner of the 2011 GSL Blizzard Cup. A little bit of recent tournament information for both these players, and let's get the match underway. Overlord Scout will be checking out MMA's position in just one moment, as they are in that close air distance location. That means that Overlord Scout can just scoot right on over this way, right on over this way and scout out MMA just by moving in just a little bit. We do have a drone scout moving across the map, and that will be checking the upper right hand position. How do I know this? Well, quite simply, with the Overlord checking lower right, there's no reason for the drone scout to not check upper right, at least initially. We do have a Rax actually getting placed down over here by MMA. MMA not going with that standard position in the wall off. The assumption that he's coming out with the Rax here is that he is going to be doing a little bit of early game aggression. There's a little bit of a less distance that needs to be traveled. You can see the Marine just has to go this distance to get to the ramp and then moving, as opposed to up here, he would have to travel this distance a little bit further, and cutting back on that allows him to be a little more aggressive a little earlier on. Also, it might make it so the drone scout doesn't scout it right away. Let's take a look as DIMAGA now moves on up with the drone scout. Completely misses that Rax as it is just barely out of vision. And now he's going to be checking. As soon as he spots it not at the front, he's immediately going to be like, all right, well, I must find out where the heck this thing is. So he checks that upper left, and realizing it's not there, he's going to pull on down, and there it is. Scouts the Rax with the first Marine almost complete. SCV scout moving across the map, and probably going to expect some bunker harass here. It seems most likely. Just the one Marine, though. One Marine moving across the map. The Rax gets lifted up, finishing the wall off and coming out with an expansion. Now we get that drone, and look at this. Very, very smart. Oh, so smart. The drone is chilling out right here to check for, okay, are there any Marine reinforcements? If he sees another Marine streaming out very shortly, he'll know it's a ton of aggression. If not, he'll know, all right, so it's just one Marine and an SCV. I can deal with that. No problemo. And in not scouting a second Marine, he'll probably also move in for a secondary scout. Now, we got two Queens popping out. No Lings yet, but the threat of the drone's really enough to force that Marine back. And we also have the SCV, which should be heading out soon. Two Lings now finally created. So smart of DIMAGA to sit at this tower to see if any reinforcement Marines were coming. That was so very smart of him. The Marine just barely passes the drone. Drone realizing, oh, here comes the Marine, decides to pull on back now. Now we do have some additional Marines moving out now, a total of 3 in the center of the map. A bunker also coming out here for MMA. MMA will need that complete wall off to stop speed links from being all that effective. And moving into a factory as well, as he does have these double refineries here. Now 3 Marines moving out across the map, drops the Zergling. One Ling coming over here, trying to engage that SCV. We should have those Marines reinforcing. Ling realizing they're coming, decides to piece on out of there. Marines are going to try to cut him off. However, that Ling should be able to sneak on ahead. Gonna be close. No, he can't. Marines cut him off. Very nice there. MMA pulling back, getting that right angle, and prevents that Ling from scouting up into the natural expansion. And in fact, he does not know at all. Does not know about the bunker or the expansion right now. I'm sure he's assuming there's an expansion, but you can't always assume those kinds of things. It's certainly a good idea to try to scout for. Ling is still alive, as the Marines aren't able to kill it. They are deciding to head on back, and DIMAGA is taking a third without scouting. Without scouting that expansion, he's deciding to take a third. Obviously, that could be risky. The assumption is, though, that MMA isn't going for a one base all-in push. That's the assumption right now, so yeah. I don't know, it's interesting because he could be. I mean, it certainly is a possibility. But, you know, he's taking that chance there. He's taking a chance that MMA is playing that macro game. I mean, I suppose you could also base that assumption on prior experience with the player, you know what I mean? Bunch of Lings now in play. We have a total of 13. They do have that metabolic boost, a research complete. Should be seeing a layer relatively soon, actually, as he's continuing to work up his Vespene gas. We also have a macro hatch being placed over here. Hellions moving across the map. Lings try to get us around. Hellions able to micro away just barely. Lings are still going to try to catch up here. Moving back to the safety of the bunker, and then the Hellions turn around to get a shot off. Looks like he got one Ling there in that transaction. DIMAGA already starting all that creep spread. We got a starport now finished here for MMA. And ooh, gonna be going with the Tech Lab. Will it be some Banshee play? Yes, it will be. Opening up with some Banshee play here. Also coming out with that third orbital command. Hellions engaging the Zerglings in the center of the map. Now, it will be Cloak Banshees that we are seeing here from MMA. And this orbital command, what he's going to be doing is saturating that main of the natural. Although he's getting actually pretty close to saturated both of these. This one's still a little bit light, but he's doing a pretty good job, and once he gets full saturation of the main and the natural and he feels comfortable, he'll likely move into a third, probably over here. Hellions now moving out, getting some creep tumor, stopping them from spreading any further. Lings decide to try to deny that one creep tumor. Doesn't complete over here. Zerglings getting us around there on the Hellions, managed to kill off managed to kill off two Hellions there. And Hellions a little bit worried right now about being outnumbered, decide to pull on back. It is going to be some mech style play here as well, as we are seeing the vehicle level 1 weapons upgrades coming through, and it will be a total of 3 factories as well with those cloaked Banshees. Ooh, MMA. Liking this composition here. Also finishing the wall off with an engineering bay and another supply depot. Hellions doing the best they can to control the map, and they are doing a pretty good job right now. He does have map control. Scouting out now the third base here of DIMAGA. As DIMAGA did take that quick third. Would like to see some sacrificial overlord scouting, because right now he has no idea about composition or anything like that. He does not know that there's going to be a mech heavy style of play coming out here from MMA. He's got no idea. Banshees now moving out. We have just these 2 in play. No more in production. They do have that cloak research, and MMA is going to start some cloaked Banshee harass. Now, DIMAGA did scout those Banshees moving across the map with that Overlord. However, he's not ready for the cloak right now, so he's forced to push back with the Queens. We got an Overseer coming out, and now the Queens will be able to engage and take out these Banshees, force them back. You can see how much damage those Queens actually do. It's so impressive. It really is. Queens do a great job against Banshees, especially given the fact that you can just drop a transfuse. When your Queens start to get low, just drop a transfuse. You're all set. No worries. Changeling scouting the corner of the base there. Hellion still in the center of the map. Cloak Banshee still moving around. Surprised he kept Cloak to engage that entire time, as he's now lost his Cloak. Although if you disengage it and re-engage it, you do have, of course, got that extra energy cost of re-cloaking. So that's certainly something to keep in mind. We'll be moving down, killing a few workers. Let's take a look at the total worker count killed so far. 4, 5, and 6. Number 7 right there. We'll be getting a few free Zergling kills over here as well. Now, we don't have a lot of anti-air for DIMAGA at all. Spire is up. Are those mutas in play? Yes, we've got 4 in play. So finally, with those four mutas, he will be able to force those Banshees back, prevent them from doing any more damage, really. Still, though, DIMAGA doesn't know. He doesn't know the unit composition. He spotted a few Marines early on. He spotted these Hellions. I don't know that he knows that there's this many Hellions in play, though. I think the last time DIMAGA actually saw Hellions, there was maybe 4 or 5. There's a lot more than that right now. It is going to be a very strong mech push that we're seeing here from MMA. He's continuing to produce those Thors there. Lots of Banelings coming out right now for DIMAGA. He's also got a bunch of Speedlings in play. Muta count is now still at 4, so not a lot at all, but mostly focusing on those Speedlings and Banelings. And that's pretty much it. Also got those 2-2 ground upgrades coming on through. And there it is, spotting the Thor. Should have a better idea right now of what to expect. It is going to be that very mech-heavy push coming here from MMA. MMA also now moving into that third. You can see, oh, we still got that orbital simply for muling and scans. Look at that. Decided not even to transfer that one over. This will be a planetary down here, we have to assume, as MMA did not change that preemptively into an orbital. Should be landing it, putting a planetary down, which is a smart decision given this position. Ling gonna do a bit of harass here. Hellions move down, take care of that. We get the 0-1 upgrades. 1 armor is coming through right now for MMA's mech. MMA also dropping some turrets here in the center of the map. Wouldn't even hurt to drop a sensor tower. Speedlings and Banelings pushing forward, trying to catch MMA's forces a little bit off guard. Let's see how much damage he is able to do. Killed off a few of those Hellions. Still a bit remaining. And my gosh, those Thors are so durable. Just threw away a ton of units, but he's got reinforcements on the way. More Spielings and Banelings moving out. Those Cloak Banshees also doing a fair amount of work there. Oh boy. That group really didn't do that much damage. He killed off a few Hellions, but that was it. We still have these 4 Thors. There's the scan. We'll be dropping a bunch here, and as he moves in to hit the expansion, no counter aggression at all coming out here from DIMAGA. DIMAGA also getting hit here with some Hellions in the back. We'll be taking some hefty economic damage. Got 9 workers killed so far. Just trying to stream on down those Spielings and Banelings and do some damage. I don't know how effective that's being, though, as the Banshees and the Hellions work down this expansion, and DIMAGA calls the GG. He says, you know what, I took some economic damage down here. He's lost a total of 11 workers this game. He's guaranteed to lose this expansion as he attempted to throw those Spielings and Banelings at this mech force. It just was not enough for DIMAGA. MMA played a mech-heavy style play this game, going with those Blue Flame Hellions, Thors, and a few Cloak Banshees in the mix. Now, as we saw, DIMAGA tried to overwhelm him with those Spielings and Banelings. However, he simply did not have enough, with a few SCVs joining the mix as well for some repair action. Every time he threw units at this force, he was just really shy of having enough to overwhelm. For example, you saw that first engagement, had those second wave of Lings also engage with that, he probably could have gotten a full surround and really overwhelmed MMA's forces, but since he hit in separate waves, he was actually really unable to do so, ended up forced to call the GG. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy this game. As always, if you like the content, please subscribe. Thanks again guys, keep watching and keep owning.